here's the thing. When your blessings are being held up, instead of fighting, basically, because a lot of times we go straight to fighting. We want to fight the devil. Maybe the first thing you should ask yourself is it me holding up my blessings? Is it me? Is it something I'm doing? Do I lack wisdom? Do I lack knowledge? Do I lack discernment? Am I being prideful? Am I being disobedient? Because 9 times out of 10, the problem is not some principality out there. 9 times out of 10, the problem is you. Hey everybody, this is Melody and welcome back to the channel. So I want to talk to you all about what to do when your blessings are being delayed. Okay, so I think that in order to answer that question, we will have to ask an even better question, which is, who is delaying your blessing? Right? Who's delaying your blessing? Is it God? Is it the devil? Or is it you? And I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, it's you. It's me, it's us, right? Let's say that you feel like your blessings are being delayed. So you go online and you start searching videos about what to do when your blessings are being delayed, yada, yada, yada. 9 times out of 10, what you're going to find is some prophet or some pastor or some deliverance minister being uber spiritual about this. And I'm telling you right now, 9 times out of 10 is not anything super spiritual. By that I mean, it's not that it's some principality out there holding up your blessing. Many times it's something that's very practical, right? And the problem with us as humans, we have the tendency to want to look everywhere else instead of just looking at us, looking in the mirror and saying, what am I doing wrong? There's a lot of people out there who want to just capitalize off of your desperation, off of your needs, off of your wants. So they make things so uber spiritual to where you have to kind of include them in the process of getting what you want. And many times that will involve at some point you giving them some sort of money. Oh, join my fast. You know, we're going to fast for 3 days and we're going to break these strongholds. We're going to do all, you know, and other pastors and prophets or deliverance ministers may tell you to give them an offering. You know, someone else may tell you, hey, you know, I want you to do this thing right here for 7 days. And then the strong man is going to let go of your blessings. And I'm telling y'all, 9 times out of 10, it's something very practical. If you are looking for a husband, and let's say you already have kids by, you know, you have 3 kids by 3 different men. And I'm not judging you, I'm just setting up a scenario. But you have 3 kids by 3 different men and you just can't seem to get married. That, it may not be that there's some principality or some strong man or something up there holding up your blessing. Because first off, you don't have a problem getting a man. If you already got kids from several men, getting a man is not the problem. So if everybody else is married except for you, is it something spiritual or is it something very practical, like you don't know how to choose a good man? That's about it. You know, you're sleeping with men and you know, you're not vetting them. You're not finding husband material. You're not using wisdom and discernment. So maybe you don't know how to choose a man. So if you fix those problems, then you too will be married like everybody else. If you are supposed to have houses and you're supposed to have lands, I don't think there's anything holding that up for you. That could be a simple situation of, if you want houses and lands, go buy them, go get them. If you don't have the money, get the money. If you're waiting on your dream job and you think something's holding up your dream job, well, how does your resume look? Are you really searching for a job? Because we all know nowadays looking for a job is a whole job in and of itself. Are you putting in resumes? Do you interview well? I don't know, is God telling you to move to a different city, but you just won't be obedient? If that's the case, then there's nobody holding anything up. It's just you. So I'm just going to tell y'all today, when you feel like your blessings are being held up, don't be so quick to make it something super spiritual and deep. And don't get me wrong, everything is spiritual. But everything does not have anything to do with a principality or, you know, a strong man or a stronghold or God's holding up your blessing or the devil's holding. No, sometimes it's spiritual in the sense that you lack wisdom, right? Or you lack discernment or you're being prideful. Maybe God has sent you plenty of men, but they didn't look how you wanted them to look. And that's pride. That's you saying, you know, I'm all that, so I need my man to be all that. I don't want no man next to me who looks like this or looks like, I want a man that looks like this or looks like that. That's pride. So maybe that's why you don't have a husband. It's not that, you know, there's some strong man holding up your husband. Maybe you just won't choose one. You know, like that's all everybody else did. They just chose somebody. And they're happy. They chose a quality man. So maybe your picker is off. Maybe you don't know what a quality man is, and you should figure out what that is so that you can choose a husband, right? If you're waiting on finances, if it's a financial issue and you're just struggling with poverty and you're like, oh, something, you know, of course they would tell you, oh, it's spiritual, let's fast, give this amount of money and God's going to bless you, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's not, it's spiritual in the sense that you may be dealing with lethargy, right? Maybe you're lazy. That's a spiritual problem. Or maybe it's an issue of obedience. Maybe God is telling you, hey, I have the perfect job for you, something that you would like to get up and do every day that will make you money, but maybe you don't want to be obedient and step out and just start the business. Maybe you're bad with money. Maybe you spend money like water. You know, maybe, you know, you need to learn to budget. When your blessings are being held up, instead of fighting, basically, because a lot of times we go straight to fighting. We want to fight the devil. Instead of doing that, maybe the first thing you should ask yourself is it me holding up my blessings? Is it me? Is it something I'm doing? Do I lack wisdom? Do I lack knowledge? Do I lack discernment? Am I being prideful? Am I being disobedient? Because 9 times out of 10, the problem is not some principality out there. 9 times out of 10, the problem is you. When I finally realized that 9 times out of 10, I'm my own problem, that the problem is me, I thought it was good news. I was like, okay, so if it's just me, that means I can stop fighting. It's not like I have to be fasting and I don't have to get up at 12 midnight and do these magical prayers. It's just me. It's just, okay, I need to use more wisdom. And everything is spiritual. But like I said, not in the sense of there's some principality. Sometimes you need wisdom. So instead of praying that God send you a husband and, you know, fasting and staying up at midnight and doing these magical prayers and battling against incubus and succubus, maybe what you should do is pray for wisdom, pray for discernment, pray to be humble, to receive the man that God wants to give you. If you're having financial issues, instead of giving, you know, $100 to some prophet or whoever so that you can get a blessing, maybe you should learn to budget better. Maybe you should take some finance classes. Maybe you should get a better paying job. Don't be so quick to get uber spiritual. And don't be so quick to start all this fighting, like fighting with the atmosphere and fighting with principality. Don't be so quick to do that, because 9 times out of 10, the problem is you. Now, if you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, you're doing everything right, you are picking quality men, and you get into a relationship, and it seems like every time you're right there at the threshold of getting married, something goes wrong, then okay, you can say, okay, I think there's something hindering me from getting married. If you're budgeting, you're saving up your money, you're good with your finances and all that, but it seems like there's always some crisis that happens that just drains your bank account and keeps you in poverty, then you may be dealing with some sort of principality or stronghold, right? If you've done all you can do, you know you're operating in wisdom, you know you're being humble, you know that you're using discernment, you know that you're getting all the knowledge that you can get, but there's some area that still just won't, you know, the enemy swoops in at the last minute and just steals whatever you have accumulated or whatever, then it's a spiritual issue. But if you're not doing all you can do, you're not doing your part, you can't say, well, who's delaying my blessings, and start all this fighting and swinging at the air. No, the problem is probably you, which is good news, because that's an easy fix, right? So I just wanted to tell you that today. If your blessings are being delayed, look at yourself first and see what can you do practically to fix the problem, and then do that, and then just pray that God will help you. And if you're doing that for a while and you're doing all the right things in the area and things are still not working out, then you can start looking at demons and strong man and fasting and, let's go dip 7 times in the river. Then you can do all that. But most of the time, it don't take all that. Nothing's delaying your blessing but you. So fix you and your choices and your way of thinking, and then you'll get your blessing. All right. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I love it when you all write in, and I really do. I appreciate all my subscribers. I don't have a whole lot, but I appreciate the ones that I have. I just really hope these videos are helping you. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.